All right, we are here with a brand new segment that I have been looking forward to very much. I'm here with Giovanni Acosta. He is the VP of Sales at Equity Now. He's been there for 10 plus years. He runs their mortgage group. He is the mortgage man. And I've been bugging him to get on here and start doing a market update for everyone. We're going to talk rates. We're going to talk home prices. We're going to talk all that fun stuff. So let me start by saying, Gio, thanks so much for coming on here.
No, I appreciate you having me. When we talked about it, I've been excited ever since, man. I'm really excited
Yeah,
to be.
it's going to be good. And I mean, it's going to add a lot of value. Like my clients, we have a lot of homeowners and they're curious, like, can I move? What are rates doing? And hopefully this gives some insight to them on sort of where the markets are right now, and can help educate them and help educate the market in general.
Yeah, so I mean, I was super excited. We joked a little bit before I came on that it's a good day because I think rates are up and down, but they're a little bit down today. So I'm excited to talk about mortgage rates.
There we go. It's about time. Let's
It's
start
about
there. I
time.
mean, rates have been wild, right? Like you said, they're up, they're down. Where are
Yeah.
they right now? Like, what's the number and what's happening?
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, trending up for the last couple of years. We all know that we were at those pandemic lows in the twos and the threes. I don't know if we're going to get back there ever again, but people saw some scary stuff in the last few weeks. I mean, rates hit 8%. I had people calling me 8%, 8%. I can't believe it. Right now, as of yesterday, we're sitting around 7.5 ish on the rate.
Oh wow.
So a little bit of relief off of 8. I think this morning will be a little bit better. Usually rates come out, they publish around 10:30, but we had some economic slowdown this morning. So payroll numbers came in a little bit light this morning. There were revisions
Hmm.
of some old numbers. Unemployment was up a tick. So whenever you have these little movements, you usually get some kind of peaks and valleys with rates. So I think you'll see rates today probably in the low sevens, about 7 1/8, 7 1/4.
That's great. I mean, what does that do to home values then? You hear as rates increase, values are supposed to decrease, but that has not been the case.
I
Where
know.
are we with home values right now?
We've had a lot of people, unfortunately, sitting on the sideline waiting. When rates hit 5, when rates hit 6, hey, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait it out, and it's been going up. The thing with home values is inventory is just so low. I mean, you'll
Yeah.
hear it from. I know you have a lot of good agents too that you work with. You'll hear that the struggle is not finding home buyers. The struggle is finding homes to put them in. That's really the biggest thing for us at this point.
Yeah, I'm shooting a podcast with our mutual friend Frank Mastroianni later today,
Oh yeah.
and that's what he said. Like he's continuing to find success, but not everyone is, and I think you're getting a real weeding out of kind of those lesser real estate agents because there's just not the volume.
Yeah, for sure. Same thing in the mortgage industry. I mean, you're shedding a lot of agents, those big producers that had boots on the ground, that have a good, reputation in the community, that had deep referral bases. They're surviving. And the ones that, really didn't, that were, doing one or two transactions here and there, just sort of don't have enough to keep things moving. So you see people, I think, exiting the industry for sure.
So what does it mean for me, right? I'm trying to buy a home. I'm someone looking to buy that home. Is now the time? Should I be waiting on the sidelines? Like, give me the answer here, Gio.
I think the time to buy the home is when you're comfortable with the payment, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah.
you could wait on the sidelines. We can try to predict the market. The joke that I make all the time is you have people that are always going to aim, 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 and never fire. They're
Hmm.
always going to be waiting for a better rate, a better price. Believe it or not, we had people when rates were in the threes that were telling me, "Oh, rates are going to come down further. I'm going to
Right.
wait." So
What,
the
like,
time is when you're ready. That's when the good time to pull the trigger, I think, is.
you're right. I know rates like in the 80s were astronomical, right? Like, what have we seen in the past? How high can they go?
Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to the top. I mean, I
Okay.
said that before. I said that at 6.5 and 7. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna knock on my wooden desk here. But
Uh-huh.
um, there's definitely there's definitely been a little bit of a slowing. What I'm seeing is at the lower price points, the days on the market are still really low. If you have
Hmm.
in Bethlehem or Stroudsburg, a $300,000 property, you're going to be on the market for maybe 3 weeks. The average days on the
Wow.
market is probably around 20 days.
Yeah.
It's those higher price point properties, from up to a $500,000 property, you might be on the market 60 days at 500,000 or 70 days.
Hmm.
So as rates go up, obviously the higher price points are going to feel it a bit more.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So I wanted to do one fun thing, and you came up with a good idea. For whatever reason, it's real estate. So I was like, let's talk about interior design. And you were like, I talk about mortgaging and financing homes. And I was like, all right, good point. Good point. So, so what's the fun thing you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so we were talking about doing fun stuff at the house, and what I was telling you is I'm not the interior design guy, but I'm definitely seeing a lot more renovating than ever before. We had a conversation before this about people wanting to move and getting into closer to their kids' schools, or they're having kids and they want to upgrade, and they thought they had this starter home, and unfortunately they're in there longer than what they thought. They have, we call them golden handcuffs. They're at 3% on their mortgage. They don't want to exchange that for a 7% mortgage. So what I'm seeing is on the new buys, you're getting people, I don't want to call it settling, but they're realizing, hey, I can get a little bit of a lesser property and I can renovate it over time, right? I don't need to get the
Yeah.
perfect bathroom and the perfect kitchen. And then on the current homeowners, I mean, they would have bought a bigger place and they're calling us now and saying, do you offer home equity loans? Do you offer solutions so we can stay in place and do our kitchen, or add a extra bedroom onto our house? So we're doing a lot of that right now.
No, that makes a ton of sense. I was telling you, my wife and I, like, we thought about moving closer to our kids' school, but it just doesn't make sense with where like rates and home prices are.
I know.
But we've taken out a home equity loan because we can now do make the home like the forever home that we wanted and do those renovations. So there is that opportunity. If you can't move, you can at least make it a really nice house right now.
Yeah, and there's some super creative things. Like I said, I'm not the creative person, but it's not always, you don't always have to blow the house out and build this extension and build a, whatever. Sometimes it's like organization of your house, like,
Mm.
moving a wall, or, how you rearrange furniture. People have really good ideas out there. You might have a better space than what you actually think you have.
So yeah, I mean, I agree that there are things to do inside the home, and now we have like the equity. Home rates have gone up, so we have the equity to do it, which is nice.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Average
Yeah.
homeowner has a ton of equity over these last 3 or 4 years. So that's been the upside for sure. If you took advantage of the market a few years back.
Yeah. Well, Gio, thanks so much for coming on. This is
No,
great.
I appreciate it.
We're going to try to do this every month to keep up with what where rates are, where home values are, and what the market can be expecting. So thank you for coming on.
Perfect. No, I appreciate you having me. Thank you,
Awesome. All
Jimmy.
right.
All right.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.